Well, hey, and welcome to an IC82 video with a difference. My channel's famous for reviews, I do lots of them, but this is the first time I've ever done a proper review on an N-gauge locomotive. And people who are regular fans of the series, well, regular fans of the channel, will be aware of the N-gauge project series that's been going on, and that's the reason I'm looking at an N-gauge model today. I did look at some N-gauge stuff a while ago in the form of the Class 150 that came as part of the Graham Farish N-gauge train set. But today we're looking at just a standalone locomotive. This hasn't come in a train set. There's no curves and sets of straights and controllers and all of that going. There's none of that. It's literally just a locomotive on its own, and that's what we're going to look at. It is the Class 58. People are going to be familiar with this. If you, as I say, if you're already a subscriber or a fan of the channel, then you've probably seen the N-gauge project, and so you've already seen this little bad boy in action. But obviously, being IC82 and running the channel I run, I have to do a review on it anyway. I couldn't get away with not doing a review, could I? I can just see them beating down the door now. So here I am, about to do a review on the N-gauge Class 58. Now, I've not looked at a locomotive. I've not looked at an N-gauge locomotive properly before, and in fact, I was half tempted to zoom in on the camcorder because it's just so much smaller. Look, but I'll try my best, and I've left the camcorder settings as they are, so we should be okay. It's made by Dapol, as you can see. I should have shown you this in the other part, shouldn't I? But I just had so much to talk about. Class 58, triple grey sector, triple grey coal sector. So what they mean by that is although I can only see two greys. I mean, they call it triple grey, but I genuinely can only see two greys. Where's the third one supposed to be? That's a little bit odd. Anyway, seriously, triple grey, I can only see two. Okay, backs away slowly, nodding head. So, coal sector. It's 58017, so this particular locomotive is number 17. They only built 50, so this is example number 17. This is a little stick I've put on myself just so that when I accumulate more of these boxes, just at a glance I can easily see what is what and keep them all organised and stuff, so don't worry about that. You don't get that on it if you do buy it, but you do get this rather fancy gold one. What's that? Platinum? Platinum. DCC ready. Wow. Dapol. DCC ready. Dapol. DCC ready. Platinum, platinum, platinum. Right. Okay. Calm down, lads. No need to get too excited. So apparently it's DCC ready. That is unbelievable. If it is, I imagine it's just the really tiny 6-pin chip. Gosh. Hey, but that's something, because I was actually thinking of making the entire N-gauge layout computer controlled. So for it to be DCC ready, so I can just drop a chip in and control everything with the computer. Now that's quite fancy. Okay, something to bear in mind. So yeah, it's made by Dapol. They do a fantastic range of N-gauge models, Dapol do. They're really, really good. If you've never looked at anything by Dapol before, then you're really missing out. You need to go and check them out. They do some fantastic stuff. In fact, it's Dapol that make the N-gauge HSTs. And we all love the HSTs. Who doesn't love the HSTs? So yes, definitely worth checking out. They're a really good company, and look at what they've done. I mean, it's in this beautiful little presentation case. You don't get stuff like this with Double O, do you? Well, not really. If you do, I suppose the closest you get is like the big Helgen boxes, but you have to pay a lot of money for them. So this is pretty good. Prices were quite reasonable. I think it was about £60 or £70. It wasn't too bad. And there's the locomotive itself. It has come with a sheet of instructions as well. I don't think I've ever looked at them though. Class 58 locomotive, important instructions, read before using the model. Oh no, I think I have looked at them, but a long time ago. Needs light oiling before use, yes. In fact, well, I'll show you where to put that in a moment. Well, it'll tell you. There we go. Please oil onto the exposed gears as shown on the sketch. Yeah, and you only need a tiny drop, literally just a tiny amount. So I'll show you those in a second. Nothing on the back, but it's quite nice. There's everything you need to know. They don't need to faff around with showing you all the parts inside, like backwinder and stuff. I mean, if you have any problems, then you can usually just sort those problems out direct with Dapol or your model shop where you got the model. So yeah, it's fine. It's got a lovely nice foam insert, which really does hold the locomotive quite securely. Look at that, see? And there's even a little bag of accessories there, which I shall come on to shortly. So let's just get the model out. Put that packaging to one side, put that packaging to one side, put the locomotive down again, and then let's have a look at that little bag of accessories. Here we go. So what have we got? What is it I've not stuck on? What have I not applied? Ah, proper couplings. Okay. Oh, and what look like maybe some chain link couplings. Oh, and some pipe work as well. Gosh. Hey, there's actually quite a bit of detail there. Much more than I thought. And look how fiddly it is as well. That stuff is tiny. I mean, the accessories for Double O are small, but this is just something else. That really is quite small. And again, for size comparison, there we have the N gauge, and that's the Double O gauge. Look at that. See, this is just how minute everything is. So this is what we're used to. This is the scale we're used to, but today we're looking at something that small. Wow. I do apologise if you can hear some noise. I think there's a whole squadron of bombers going over or something. Oh, I don't know. We'll just carry on. We'll press on. We'll be professional. So yeah, there's the locomotive, and I'm going to have to put these accessories on, aren't I? Yeah. In fact, yeah, you can see the holes. Focus. Yes, you can see the holes where those details go. So I shall do that at some point in the future, I promise. In fact, if you'd like to see me do it, please do let me know. I mean, there's not much to it, but if you'd like me to do a video on it, I will. I'm happy to do that. So let's put all of that to one side, and then look at the locomotive itself. Well, what is there to say? It's absolutely fantastic. In fact, in many ways, it's better than the Double O stuff. And that's because for years and years and years, the only Double O gauge Class 58s that you could buy were the ones by Hornby, like this. And it's very old tooling. It stems right from the early 80s, and so the detail is quite basic. It's definitely due for an upgrade, but for some reason, Hornby just haven't retooled it. They haven't redone it, even though it definitely deserves it. However, Helgen came along, and they did retool it. This is another Class 58 in Double O, and this is by Helgen. I mean, I'm not going to spend very long on this, obviously, but just from this shot alone, you can see there's a big difference in the level of detail and the level of quality. So it's really good that Helgen did that, and I'm glad they did, because this example is probably on par with our little N-gauge counterpart down here. It's considering how small it really is packed with detail. For a start, it's tiny, but really heavy. There's quite a lot of weight to this model, and it feels well built too, really well built. It feels like a quality item. I love the roof. Just look at that. You've got a beautiful finish here. And then you can even see fans underneath the grills, and they are proper mesh grills as well. Really, really nice touch. Is that a proper mesh grill as well? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. There's even mesh grills on the side. I didn't even notice that before. You've got lots of like little panel details and rivets wherever they're supposed to be, because obviously to maintain this locomotive in real life, all of these panels would have been opened up to get at the various components and stuff. So it's nice that they've done that. The bogies, there's plenty of play in them. There's not too much, just enough for it to negotiate tight curves and stuff. They don't dangle down 5 miles below from the locomotive like some of the examples I've looked at in the past do. Those are the cogs that the instructions mentioned you need to oil very, very lightly, and it is very lightly. If you put too much on, well, you'll be in dire straits. Trust me, you'll be in a disaster zone, because there'll be oil everywhere. Your locomotives will be slip sliding all over the place, and yeah, don't go there. I speak from experience. Just the tiniest drop of oil on the end of a pin or the cocktail stick is all you need. and that's what I must have done right at the very start. The wheels on this locomotive are still really clean as well, which is good, considering it's done quite a few fair laps around the office now, but they're still in really good condition. Even detail on the end, look at that. This is the coupling system. These are all the little pipes that would allow the unit to double head and stuff. And watch out for that. I've got a video on double headed Class 58s coming up, so do keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm pleased to report that it's got lights, and they light up as well. This one lights up really quite bright, and then it's got two normal white ones, and then when it goes in the opposite direction, when it goes away from you, you've got the two top ones that glow red. And it's really nice. Well, I think it's the top two ones that glow red. If it's not, then it's the bottom two just there that glow red. But basically, yeah, you've got white, red, white, or something like that. It's really nice. They work, they're directional, and I'm assuming they're going to be DCC controlled as well. So it's all good. It's all good. It's a fantastic little model. It is cracking. It is just gorgeous. It's just so cute. It's just so high quality. And if this is the standard, well, I want more. I do. I can't help it. I want to see what the Dapol HSTs are like. I want to see what the Graham Farish Black 5s are like. I mean, there's just something really nice about Engage. Even though they obviously have to make sacrifices, the quality these days, the standard, is just so high. Look at those handrails. Those handrails are metal. I mean, there are double O gauge models you can buy right now that don't have metal handrails. But here we are with something that's barely bigger than my thumb, and it's got metal handrails on. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. So it's all in all, it's a really impressive model, and we know it is. We've seen it perform on the Engage project. I definitely want more, but right now I'm going to show you just how well it runs. Okay, so here we are at the layout. It's time to get the locomotive onto the tracks and test how good it is. Oh. Well, this hasn't happened before. I'm only joking. Upstairs we go to the Engage. Right, so here we are at the computer desk. I've never done this before, as I say, so apologies if it's not very professional or anything. You'll just have to bear with me. I'll do the best I can. This is our Engage project. This is the Engage layout that runs all the way around the desks, and if you've not seen the Engage project, or this is your first IC82 video ever, then please do go check out the others, because it's a pretty cool layout. It runs right around the office, delivering sweets and chocolates and stuff. It's pretty cool. But it's also perfect for testing out our Engage locomotive today, which is this Class 58 by Dapol. I'm just going to very carefully put it onto the rails, which is pretty easy to do. Even though there's quite a lot of wheels and it's a Coco arrangement, because it's such a small model, it's still pretty easy and straightforward. So let's just get that locomotive moving a little bit. I call this giving it a wobble because you're just wobbling it from left to right. Watch. Look at that. And then to the right. Beautiful. It's got such a nice reassuring hum about it. I mean, obviously at higher speeds it turns into a sort of a whine, sort of like a buzzing, but at low speeds it's just a really nice satisfying rumble, like an old V8 Jag or something. It's really good. I don't know if the microphone on the camcorder will pick it up, but I'll just do it again. I mean, I can feel that going through the desk. It's just so nice. And bearing in mind that this locomotive is still obviously DC, and in fact the entire layout is DC, but just look at how good the slow speed performance is. Watch this. Look at that. And that's DC. It begs the question, well, why would you ever need DCC? And pretty much the only reason is so that I can easily control it with the computer, and I can automate it and maybe run multiple locomotives at the same time. But I would be very, very happy to just stick with that also. It's just that impressive. I'm going to get it to go into this siding here. So if I just slowly turn the camcorder and we watch it, it should pass underneath the cable for the keyboard. There we go. And then I kill it dead, flip the points, and then send it back up into this siding. Look. Oh! It's died. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. There was nothing wrong with the locomotive, there was nothing wrong with the controller or the power or anything like that. It was just a dodgy point. Basically, the track is really clean, the rails are really clean, but dirt and grime had managed to get onto the side of the switching blades, stopping power from conducting through to the siding properly. So, good old toothbrush soon solved that. Just a real good scrub across the switching blades like that, and it basically removed all the grime and bits of dust that were stopping the electricity from conducting, and now it's okay. Ah, look at that though, absolutely perfect. It just did that so nice. I'm going to really slow it down. Look at this. It's just gently coming out of that siding now. That siding is for it, by the way. That's where I park it overnight. Look at that. And then back again. Incredible. Stunning performance, folks. I mean, that's DC, and these points are just the standard Pico, yeah, it is Pico, yeah. It is a Pico point, and it's got a dead zone in it there. It's not an Electrofrog N-gauge point or anything, it's just a standard set track point. Yeah, it got across absolutely brilliantly. Really good performance from this locomotive. Well, performance-wise, you really need to go along and have a look at the N-gauge project to see just how good it is at pulling trains. It's really strong, it's really, well, I can't say really fast, I've not got it up to massively high speeds, it's just unrealistic to do that. But it certainly goes fast enough for me. So how about I just pull it out of that siding and then send it around this reverse loop I have here so that you can see it do that. I think that'll be quite cool. Flip the point. Oh, so I've just noticed actually down there behind the speaker we've got a wagon, a stray wagon. Right, okay, the line is clear. So there we go. You really wouldn't want it to go much faster than that. The motor just gets whiny and noisy, and it's quite an unrealistic speed to go any faster than that. If you have it just cruising around at a nice scale speed of about, I don't know, maybe that's 40 or 50 miles an hour, I think that's pretty good. Here it comes. Yeah. It's a stunning model, folks.